Well, hi and welcome. Today we're at Virginia State University's Randolph Farm, and we're going to be talking about how you can renovate your lawn in the spring. Now, many of you might be looking at your grass right now and thinking it doesn't look so good. For various reasons that can happen. Well, in Virginia, we're in a kind of a transition zone. A lot of the grasses that are grown in the southern part of the United States do okay in Virginia, and a lot of the ones that are grown in the northern part of the United States do okay in Virginia. There's not any one type that does really well. When you think about grasses, there's usually two types. There's warm season grasses, and these are like Bermuda grass, which we have some here. You'll notice that the seed is very, very small, but Bermuda grass can be one of those warm season grasses. Also, Zoysia grass can be one. And these can be planted. They do very well when it's warm out. When the soil temperatures are 65 to 70, they can be planted. So they can be planted in the spring. And they're very drought tolerant usually, so that means you can go without having to water as much, which is a nice thing for you. But in the wintertime, they tend to brown out, and in particularly harsh winters, they can die in Virginia. The other type is cool season grasses, and those are adapted especially to northern Virginia and central Virginia and the mountains also. And those are ones like the fescues and ryegrass and bluegrass, and they do very well, and most of you are familiar with those. They're going to do very well if you plant them, especially in September. August to September in Virginia is really when you want to plant those. They're going to do really well, grow through the winter time. Now they can show a little stress in the summertime because again they're cool season grasses. But you have to decide which one you want to grow, and then you can move forward with your grass renovation. So if you decide that you want to plant cool season grasses in the fall, you can still do some things in the spring. And one of the first things you want to do is get a soil test done. You can go to your county extension office and they'll help you figure out how to do that. But you don't want to just arbitrarily put fertilizer down. You want to make sure that soil test is done, and it'll tell you exactly what needs to be put down right before you plant. You can also look over your yard in the spring and decide what areas really need to be renovated. And if you decide that you want to renovate the whole thing, you can use a non-selective herbicide and completely burn down all the plant life there. You can till it up, and then about a few weeks before you're going to plant in September, you can use something like this to spread fertilizer around. You can also use this same device or one like that to spread your grass seed around. But things don't stop there. After you've planted your grass, you need to make sure that it's watered, and in the springtime you need to make sure that that you put proper weed control down to keep all that from growing up in the spring. So it sounds like there's a lot to do, and there is a lot of maintenance in a lawn. But your master gardener can help you. So if you contact your local county extension office and talk to them, they'll give you a hand. For From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu.